folks, it's Nick. Nick's for June, and I just put my little thing up there because everything's going pretty nutty. Right now, in the real markets, everything's weird sideways, gets astronomical. One place in downtown LA was 809.60, 770 for just regular unleaded. Diesel's way up. Missouri, it's cheaper in most parts. It's $4.59 a gallon. Most places are already $5, and it's just getting pretty bad. Index has gone way up, even though the West crude went down to 16 a barrel. But still, and the Saudis going to release it. But still, it takes a while for the Saudis to release their oil. As you put it on a ship, and you got to ship it, so it's going to take some time, and then they have to refine it. These are serious inflationary pressures right now in the economy. Also, there are people complaining about it at the store because they don't know what they're going to do, and this affects real estate because it means the DTI goes down, and no one. The one bright spot in all this is the multifamily market, and right now, some news came out on housing news today, and it's pretty positive across the board. Came on board and said it was good, and Jones Lang LaSalle, another giant real estate monster, is doing pretty well. I've seen it in some other reports on Fox and CNN, MSNBC Business, and stuff like that, and Bloomberg. So across the board, multifamily, so that's a bright spot. So that's why I keep on. If you can get real estate, you get an apartment of a building, even a fourplex, but a bigger one's better. If you can get, 5, 10plex, if you can work it in your area and do it, work the financing, do it. You can still do carrybacks of those type of loans. That's one bright spot in everything. But like stock price, I'm just going to cut it now. This is today, June 3rd. I just looked at this a few minutes ago. Richard Ellis, the biggest commercial group for real estate in the U.S. Stock was $79.59 a few minutes ago. Compass, their stock was $6.31. Max, their stock was $16.43. Was $12.07, and EXP stock was $14. All the stock price went up a little bit, but still, it's pretty lousy. Just for the fact that, sorry about that, I'll scratch. It's still lousy for a lot of the agents that work in some of these companies because they get shared stock price and all that, and their stock is falling. And so that's real stock price right now. So, you get a lot of agents work for these companies or multi companies they have. Is not the only way reality holding up is just because of all the hotel chains they own. They own like 9 or 10, 12 hotel chains all across the U.S. I mean, these are money. Plus, they have that other thing, time stuff, which isn't real declining business because you don't see much. But anyways, so you got a lot of craziness going on markets. Rates are going to go up a bunch. But even said, a lot of the loan products are going to start going away soon as things start to implode out. It sucks because a lot of people are trying to buy a house aren't going to be able to be getting over 10 years now with artificially low rates under 4%, 3 to 4%. You get some specials sometimes. It'll go into the twos. But everyone's been getting over it for so days are coming to an end. Sure, they may raise it earlier. And they can raise the end of this month. Probably they'll raise it in July. Raise it. The Fed secretaries already talked about it. They'll have another Bayes book will come out with the open market committee hearing here pretty soon. I think next month. So with all this insanity going on right now, with food prices are going way up. They just keep going up. With the gas prices going up, it's just cutting the people's stuff. As far as the DTI they can use to qualify for mortgage, since most 98% homes bought right now. Let's say 90%. All the home bought or they're using mortgages. It's different because commercial people have money and they have to put money down. Even though they're doing a carryback, they're still going to have to put down 10%. So people are putting down for commercial, for apartment buildings or a building, land that might have warehouses on it, where we're going to put down at least 20 to 30%, let's say 25% mid. And also, too, it's not credit score heavy as it is. And not everybody's got perfect credit. And right now, like California, we have a lower mortgage there than anywhere else. So you can get out of those 500. It's still out there. They don't go that low because those mortgage companies aren't going to operate. Some mortgage companies in Southern California, they want the whole state. Same thing in certain parts of New York and the tri-state area up there, Pennsylvania, New York, Connecticut or whatever. But anyways, it's different in different parts of the U.S. Midwest, Southwest, Southeast. So it's a lot of different stuff as far as the mortgages out there because it varies by states. But so you have a lot of these issues going on right now, and people aren't going to work. But one thing I want to talk about too is about deal killers because so these are like the top 10 real estate deal killers. Well, as I say, attorneys. I always talk about that. Attorneys are the wrath of both sides, good and bad. I say consultant attorneys, you need to do that if you have to. But attorneys can be deal killers, buyers. Like the market's going on, they're getting moved because a lot of stuff's staying on the market, which is actually good for a lot of buyers. More foods, things happen in the mortgages. They want more information. They want this, and this. And even though the mortgage broker's trying to get everything collected and do it all down, it can happen and spread out a deal. It might get knocked out because of a time constraint on the deal, especially if you have a listing agent who's a pain in the ass and they want to get it right now because they have other buyers in the back, or they just are different commissions, so they have to do it. Trying to undercut everything. And zoning issues come up once in a blue moon. Fluctuating stock market, like right now, stock market was down about 250 points ago, right in the area, 246, 47, and that was just a little bit ago. And who knows where it can drop. Bonus stigma, that's essentially for aides that are trying to get a deal closed, because like let's say 0.5% add additional commissions, since 3.5%, maybe extra 0.4%, and somehow they're trying to sell, and the buyer's kind of chomping on it because they really don't want to do it or whatever for whatever reason, and they're just trying to. So, and things like this happen. That's when I remember a long time ago, long time, like 22 years or whatever, and I was selling this house and found it basically was a fixture, and it was a good fixture actually too. It just basically the interior needed to be done, and basically the clients that had liked the house and blah blah blah, and I got it squared away. Financing. They were going to put down some money, and they said money to fix the house and blah blah blah. And I did all the stuff, and all of a sudden something happened in their lives or whatever, and boom, the deal went away. Money had to go to something else because of some kind of tragedy thing that happened. And things like this happen. Things is just kind of the way it goes, and you got to roll with it. So I ended up getting that same house. I sold to another buyer, and within about 5-6 weeks after I bought her inside, because the outside was good, fixed it up, turned around, left, stayed in the house a couple rounds, sold, and made like $140,000 profit on it. So I mean, things like this happen. So think time in real estate, crazy is going on, but the markets are going to keep dropping because they keep seeing these other articles about how the markets are going up and doing this and doing old defined markets and really in reality it's kind of a small sliver. I mean, Coral Gables in Miami, LA, West Los Angeles, yeah, Panorama City in LA County, that's a pretty big area. That's kind of, well, I say big, but it's county. It keeps going up and up. And they just got people just living there because it's a good area and the price And then you got in Orange County, you got different areas in there, because Orange is, one of the most expensive counties in the U.S. is because there's a lot of gated communities in some parts of Phoenix. A lot of gated community in Phoenix, golf course, but Orange County has more gated community places than anywhere else. And what it is, because they want their privacy, and they just do their thing. So and that keeps our market up, and it keeps the values up in the area. So it's just one of those crazy things, but that's just kind of how it is. So, but there's only slivers in certain areas. A lot of the big cities right now, a lot of places are falling to fall yet, because there's going to be a bubble that's going to burst, and that's why I put nuts today, because things aren't what they seem. And there's a lot of real estate agents that are going to start to get that gravy anymore. Those are coming to an end. And so I keep saying about the bend in the road, but if you're an investor or a buyer, it's great, because you're going to have opportunities to finally get into a property. Like I said, some cities are going to be worse than others, just because of the building codes and a lot of the building laws that changed 20, 25 years ago in a lot of states in the U.S., practically, probably excluding Alaska and maybe the Dakotas weren't so bad, but in some parts of the Midwest areas, especially East and West Coast, and so, like I said, investors and buyers, are going to be deals out there. If you got the cash willing to wait, it's really hitting home. And like I said, a lot of these mortgage companies are going to get wiped out pretty soon. They're going to get wiped off the carpet. And in the secondary markets, where all the money's at, because all the money's coming from hedge funds and insurance companies, banks, advisory groups, wiped out because they're doing prime, or they call it non-prime now. They're doing a lot of non-conforming stuff, and so a lot of these aren't government covered. You know what I mean? For a while there, government was covering a lot, but I mean a lot of the corporation banks and stuff, and that are on the secondary market, hedge market, because they want the higher interest rates. So they did, but a lot of those companies like 2008 go away. There's already a couple of companies at 100 now. There's a new company that I read about, which I can't remember. Basically, they're coming out with a quote-unquote 2-minute mortgage verification, or in other words, the application process where you get basically online. But the thing is, you're going to have a high credit score, and basically you're going to have to have a low DTI to qualify that, because most people don't have 60 score, 780 score. So it's kind of a specialized to have an instant to qualify for a mortgage right off the bat. So you got to, because they just pulled your credit, they took your DTI, some basic kind of change. Same thing if you're doing a business loan, a little bit different, but you're still doing that. But the thing is it's just going to get nailed. So a lot of people with lower credit scores at the bottom are going to get wiped, but even people up near the top too, because a lot of credit card debt's going way up. And so there's not a lot of action coming out in DC as a whole going to do, and they've kind of been real vague about it. And so the economics play into everything. Even though oil will get pumped in, it's going to take another 5-6 months to really thing, because even put the oil on the ships, it's still got to travel 3 weeks to the U.S. and basically the oil into Texas and Louisiana, and do that. They still have to generate process, and in parts of the U.S. they still have to refine the oil. So things aren't always golden as they look, and that means that it can be paying for a while. And also, credit card debt's gone way up through the ceiling. So these are things. But on a positive note, if you're an investor, it's going to look good, because there's going to be opportunities. You can buy stuff. You can start to see more for sale by owners. Go to this article I read on that last week. more for sale by owners are going up. So there's going to be opportunities there now. Opportunities are for you too, because you keep hitting on. You call the, you call every day. You call the, the owner, see if they want to list, or every other day. I used to call them every day until I got in a meeting with a mortgage broker, same way, could help them out, get financing for one of their buyers. Their real estate attorney, they need you to write up the deal once they have the paperwork and the title and escrow already set up, but you still may need to be there. You have to consult a real estate attorney to do it, to help you out for sale by owner or the deal, period. Commercial, a little bit different. Lifetime big commercial deals have to do with, especially leases. You might have attorneys involved. Even if you're doing a big commercial real estate deal, you might. But remember, they can be a deal killer too, so you have to be kind of careful. Even though you need to consult them if you need it, they still can be a deal killer, so you have to be careful. I remember Grant Cardone's always saying, that's not going to be a deal. And so if they try to kill him on one of his deals, he's trying to get the stuff, you want to hire him back. Don't fire him on the spot because he wants to make the deal go as easy as possible so you can get the deal, especially when you're dealing with a crew. So that's something to be said there. But anyways, looking at this, everything though, it's positive for investors and buyers to go up more, and there'll be more deals. Even if you buy cash at lower, you're still a higher rate. It's still okay. Get it? So on that one, sellers, you'll be able to. You just won't be as high a price. You won't have multiple offers. So you'll be able to sell it. Mortgage brokers, real estate, and so be some opportunities. Actually, a lot of opportunities there, but the bend in the road's starting to happen. And so you need to start. So, like I said, I'm just telling you kind of what's going on. These are just things you need to look at. If you got any questions, go to nickforecast.com. Leave me a message. Go to Facebook at nickforecast, or you need some financing for commercial or real estate, or you have some questions about it, or business funding or something else like that. Anyways, catch you later. Bye.